I'll give you the scoop of what you need to know about claiming your divorced spousal Social Security. How do divorced people handle Social Security? Divorced people want to know if they're missing out on a potential benefit that's out there. They've heard that there's a divorced spousal Social Security benefit, but they've got questions and they don't even know would they even qualify. Furthermore, they wonder, will my ex find out? If I claim, will it reduce their benefit? Can I claim my benefit and their benefit? And many other questions like that. In this video, I'm going to show you what you need to know to see if it's even worth your time doing the research and the work to find out about your divorced spousal benefit, because it is a little bit of work. I'll also go over the majority of questions and myths people think about this benefit so you understand what this benefit does and does not do. Hey everyone, I'm Nick Davis, founder of Brindle and Bay Wealth Management, and I'm here to show you how to retire with calmness and clarity. And if you're new to this channel, we talk about retirement planning, and one of the only ways that I can make sure you ever see me again in your YouTube feed is if you hit that notification button and subscribe. Also, thanks to all the great comments that have been out there in the conversation around retirement. It helps other people to kind of hear your experience as well. And so thanks again for that, and thanks for subscribing. All right, let's talk about Social Security divorced spousal benefit. The divorced spousal benefit is similar to the spousal benefit in that you get up to 50% of your ex-spouse's benefit, or can get up to 50% of your ex-spouse's benefit, but the two different benefits differ in just about every other way, and I'll explain. Now, here's how you qualify for your divorced spousal benefit. The very first thing is you have to be married for 10 years and divorced for 2 continuous years. So if you've been married for 9.5 years and you're thinking about changing your address, wait 6 months. It could really make a big difference. So in general, you're disqualified from this benefit if you remarry before you turn 60 years old. And in some cases, even after 60, and that goes beyond the scope of this video. Just remember, if you remarry before you're 60, you're definitely disqualified from a divorced spousal benefit. Now, your ex-spouse only needs to be qualified for a Social Security benefit. They don't need to have claimed their benefit. This is different than a normal spousal benefit or a married spousal benefit. A married spousal benefit, your spouse has to have, 1, they have to be qualified for it, and 2, they have to have claimed it. Next, your personal benefit needs to be less than half of their benefit, because otherwise you wouldn't qualify at all because you have your own work history. And I'm going to give you an example of that here in a minute. Now, a quick note, the earnings test does apply. So if you're working, if you're making earnings, Social Security has an earnings test that you need to be aware of. Now, I made a separate video on the Social Security earnings test, and at the end of this video, I'll link to it so you can learn about that. So that's how you qualify for the divorced spousal Social Security benefit. However, it still leaves a lot of questions. In fact, there's many myths that people say or just misnomers, and I'm going to cover probably the top 7 things that I hear and give you a quick answer on that. All right, so the first one is my ex needs to have claimed. And I already mentioned that your ex doesn't need to have claimed, they only need to be qualified. So that's not true, that's false. The next one is my ex-spouse will find out. And I know that many people don't want their ex-spouse to know anything about them. So in this case, to the best of my knowledge, we've never seen anybody actually have a spouse find out. Now, in some cases, some spouses may ask their spouse about their benefit rather than going to Social Security to talk to them. But your ex-spouse does not find out if you claim your divorced spousal benefit based on their work history. The next one is my ex is remarried, so now I can't get the benefit. And that's just not true. That's false. If your ex remarries, does not affect whether or not you can claim a divorced spousal benefit. Next, if I claim that I'll reduce my spouse's benefit, that's not true. Again, does not affect their benefit at all. Or the next one, if I claim it'll reduce their next spouse's benefit. That's not true either. It's not going to reduce the next spouse's benefit. In fact, strangely enough, if your ex-spouse has been married to 3 different people, provided they all were married for 10 years and divorced for 2 continuous years, all 3 of them could claim a divorce spousal benefit potentially off of that one spouse, and it wouldn't affect that other person's benefit. The last 2, if we divorce, then I'll get 100% of their Social Security benefit. And that definitely is not true. You're not entitled to 100%. You're potentially entitled to 50% of their benefit. And the last one kind of pertains to this as well. If we divorce, then I can have my benefit plus their benefit. And sadly, you can't stack benefits. So you're not going to have your benefit plus their benefit. That's a very common misunderstanding, is people think that maybe they're going to have their work history benefit plus theirs. And I'm going to drive the point home here in a minute using my iPad, and I'll draw it out for you. But before I do that, who typically benefits the most from a divorced spousal benefit? Let me tell you exactly who benefits the most. And that is people with either 0 work history contributing to Social Security, or they have a personal benefit that's less than 50% of their ex-spouse. That's the people who benefit the most from the divorced spousal benefit. Let me give you a few examples. Okay, so example number 1 is, let's pretend that you never paid into Social Security. Your ex-spouse benefit is $3,500 per month. Then you'd get $1,750 per month at your full retirement age. Example number 2, if your benefit is $1,000 per month, your ex-spouse's benefit is $3,500 per month, well, then you'd get your $1,000 plus their $750 at full retirement age. So this is where I was talking about you can't stack benefits. So you can't have both benefits. They basically take your work history first, and then they make up the difference with the extra. And it works the same way for your regular spousal benefit as well. So you can't stack your benefits if you're not divorced, but you just are taking a spousal benefit. Third example, your benefit, let's say, is $2,000 per month at full retirement age. Your ex-spouse's benefit is $3,750 per month. Then you do not qualify for a benefit at all. Why? Because your benefit is more than half of theirs. Okay, so I mentioned that it takes time to talk to Social Security and find out what your divorced spousal benefit would be. So wouldn't it be nice to just avoid that mess completely if you already knew you didn't qualify? So who does not qualify? Well, first of all, if you got remarried before you were 60, you probably don't want to mess around with this, okay? The second thing is that if you know what your benefit is, and you know, if you by chance know what their benefit is, then you probably don't really, if your benefit's more than half, then you're probably not going to want to look into this for that reason either, right? Now, I will tell you that there's a little trick you can do, and you can just know what Social Security's maximum benefit is. So if that person if your ex-spouse was a high contributor, meaning they are higher on the pay scale, you could just take the maximum Social Security benefit and divide it in 2. And I'll tell you what that maximum Social Security benefit is for the year 2023. The largest benefit at age 67 is $3,627 at age 67, which means at 70, it would be $4,555. So if you're half of 3,627, right around $1,800 a month, $1,850 a month, well, then you know that there's not really a benefit in looking into the divorced spousal benefit. Now, for the rest of you who this may still apply to, what do you need to do? What are you going to have to provide? So this is an image from the Social Security website. They have a list of various documents that you're going to have to provide, but I highlighted 2 things there that is very, very important. That is your marriage certificate and your divorce certificate. And I know that's not easy for every person to find, but when you schedule a time with Social Security, they typically will lead you through this process. And then many times we've seen them just hand you a printout of what your divorce spousal benefit is, what you would stand to receive from them. And that's it. So if you're new to this channel, don't be afraid to hit that subscribe button. And I mentioned the Social Security has an earnings test. So if you earn money while you're not yet full retirement age, then that's going to offset any of these types of benefits. So I'll link to that video right here. Hey everybody, thanks for watching. If you'd like to see the way that we help people to create calmness and clarity for their next chapter of life, take a look at us at brindleandbay.com. Again, thanks for watching the videos. Please remember to subscribe, hit that notification bell so that you are notified every time a new video comes out.